Congratulations, because that is an act of vengeance towards the narcissist. It really is. Again, remember, these are normal human beings. You can do to them the same thing that you would do to a normal non-narcissist person. Okay? This actually hurts them more. The fact that they lost control and they lost power over you, because those are the two things that the narcissist strives for, to have power and control over you. When you take those things away, they have lost. That's revenge. Hello, my name is Kira, and this is Psychopath Exposure. How you guys doing today? I'm doing quite well, thank you. Appreciate that. Today, I wanted to talk about something that I definitely felt for a long time, something I believe most of you feel after being discarded by a psychopath narcissist. And it's that internal, that anger, that rage that we feel, that lust for vengeance. How to get revenge on the psychopath, how to get revenge on the narcissist after you've been discarded, after you've discovered what they truly are. And you have the awareness that they're out there continuing to do the things that they do and hurting and destroying lives, human lives. How do you get vengeance on those predators? That's something that all of us go through. Unless you're a saint, I'm telling you, unless you're Mother Teresa, you at some point you must have felt that desire to just figure out how to get them back. And a comment came in that really stood out from all the ones that come in that ask the very same questions, because I can empathize with what he's saying. I believe, I don't know his name, but I'm gonna highlight the comment in just a second. I can feel that because I remember being in that same boat myself. So without further ado, it goes, "Hi Kita, do you want to know a serious brand new topic? Revenge. When you finally wake up and realize you've been screwed, how could you have the proper vengeance? How do you make them feel the pain that they deserve? Because I already paid for my stupidity long enough. It's time for them to pay their share. And cheers from Italy." To say, and another comment following that, in my humble opinion, karma is not enough, because I do not trust Mr. Karma. I would like to know how to spill blood from her narcissistic injuries, because trust me, it's her to be the one that's really scared, not me. To be honest, I'm really fed up with all this karma, patience, understanding, and all this sentimental crap as a final solution on them that we find on the internet. I want revenge because I'm a survivor and I claim it. Remember, it was not us who declared war, but them. Fine, I will drown them in their own narcissistic injuries' blood. I have already paid off my dues, my naive nature, my good heart and soul, and you cannot imagine how it was expensive, how fucking expensive it was for me. Oh yes, I can. I can imagine. Quite well. It's not only for me to die and resurrect, it's not only us. They must pay as much as we did. And by the way, for me, no contact by the book, but they will continue to have fresh meat. They'll continue keeping on having the bella vita. Where is your Mr. Karma? Because I want to do it myself. Take care. Grazie per la domanda. I don't know your name, but thanks for submitting that question. I can empathize so much with that. Just reading it just reminds me of where I was at that point in my life, in that situation when I got out of that toxic entanglement. And as most of you already know, because you've probably combed the internet looking for answers on how to do this, most of the information that you get is to just leave them the fuck alone and move on. So I'm going to give you my point of view on this, because I was exactly where you are. I remember one of my girlfriends at the time, she really came through for me, and she was helping me orchestrate my version of vengeance, right? And right before I unleashed hell, it's when I met my mentor that opened my eyes to what it was that I was going on. And after 7 hours of talking to him, he told me, he's like, look, if you want to go ahead and do what you have planned, I can't stop you, but I want you to work with me for a short period of time first, so you can really understand what's going on. And he suggested I read a book, and we started consulting. And he's like, if after that you still want to proceed, that's your choice. I can't stop you, but just give me a chance. And I did. Gave him a chance, and I aborted the mission. Thank God I aborted the mission. You know why? Because now I know it would have backfired completely. So I want to share with you some of the things that you may have already done, and you don't even realize that that's already the best revenge anyone could have gotten on the psychopath narcissist. And if you haven't done them, there's still some other things that could be done, and hopefully by the end of this video, if you watch to the end, you will understand why it's the best course of action to take. You have to understand also that you're not dealing with rational human beings. You're not dealing with normal human beings here. You're dealing with disordered pieces of shit, okay, that are not human. And as I say that, my audio just failed, okay? So I'm gonna have to stop this and start it again. So I apologize if the audio was crap. I will continue with better audio right now. Now, before I go on, I do want to I want to remind you guys, you've been bitten by the vampire. Do you understand? You've been bitten by the vampire, which means you now have some of their blood coursing through your veins. And it could change you. So you have to be really careful what your motives are now and what your intentions are now. You've got the blood of the narcissist mixed with yours. So naturally, you're going to pick up some of the narcissistic traits that they possess. You're going to start dedicating your life and pretty much making them a priority, which is kind of like what the narcissist does with their victims. They become obsessed with their victims, and it's their priority to destroy them. And you see now, if you give in to this carnal instinct for vengeance, you're just like them. And that's what they want. See, as long as they're inside your head, they are winning. As long as the narcissist sets up shop in your mind and it's holding real estate absolutely free, right? They're not paying any interest on the real estate that they've taken up in your mind. The narcissist is winning. Every time you ruminate, not only just on the traumatic situations and the traumatic abusive behaviors and the betrayal and the cheating and the lies and the gaslighting, every time you're doing that, they still hold real estate in your mind. But now, if you voluntarily start consuming all of these ideas and all of this passion to execute vengeance on the narcissist, they still have power over you. And I know that doesn't sound pretty, but it's the truth. And that's what the narcissist wants. You see, the psychopath and the narcissist, they lay out traps for their victims. This is all part of the trap. You've been bitten by the vampire, okay? They've sunk their teeth into you. They are inside of you right now as a virus. They're a parasite. We need to edge them out. We need to detox from them, okay? You detox, you find that virus, you find that parasite, and you terminate it. You do not follow its rules. You do not follow its agenda, because that's the whole point. The whole point is to destroy you. When the narcissist is done with you, they leave you to rot. And that's why you feel like a vegetable. You don't know who the hell you are anymore. You can't even remember who you used to be. Your friends and family look at you like, what the hell happened to you? Like, this is not you. And you're sitting there and you're like, I don't even remember who I used to be. All I know is this dead carcass that I am now, walking around without a soul, without any type of light or energy. That's the way they leave you. The same way a narcissist, the same way a vampire leaves the victim after they've sucked their blood dry, right? It's the same thing. So now it's kind of like you're a mindless zombie and they have control over you. They're the puppet master. You have to wake up from that nightmare. You have to wake up, because that's exactly what they want. And let me tell you, if you give in to this rage and you really want to take it upon yourself to go execute your vengeance, you may just end up in jail. And if that's what you want, once again, not only did they win, okay, but now you just ruined your life when you had a huge opportunity to turn your life around and live the best possible life you could have lived now that this monster is out of your life. But instead, you volunteered to go after them, and now you got yourself a life sentence in prison. I don't recommend that. All right, so let me give you I'm going to give you five examples of how a lot of you probably already executed vengeance. Some of you are already in the process of executing vengeance on the narcissist, but I promise you it's not what you think. So the first one is when you actually break up with the psychopath narcissist preemptively. That means that you stood up for yourself. You broke up with them before they discarded you. Now, I know that doesn't happen often. Most of the time, we like to stick around as long as possible. We double down, we triple down, we convince ourselves, hey, I'm going to do whatever it takes to save this relationship. I'm going to do whatever it takes for that person to be that loving, that love-bombing, fantasy, idealized soulmate that they were at the beginning. And once they're done with you, they just throw you to the side of the road like you're roadkill. Okay? So if you actually broke up with them and you never looked back, meaning you never took them back on their Hoover attempts, on their crocodile tear apologies, you know, those apologies where they just end up doing the same thing or worse after you take them back. I know you know what I'm talking about. By the way, it took me seven attempts to break up with my psychopath ex until I finally did. Never took them back again. That was badass. I didn't know it at the time. Because I actually thought I had lost, the girl of my dreams that I had been searching for all my life, blah, 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 blah. That's what I thought, right? But it was pretty badass that once I dumped her ass, I was done. And I didn't even know she was a psychopath. It wasn't a pretty breakup. It wasn't a pretty breakup. I said everything I needed to say without knowing what she was, and it's funny looking back now, the things I said when I was calling her a monster and all these things that is like, wow, it's exactly what I would have said now, except I didn't use the word psychopath or narcissist, but everything else that I said is exactly what I would have said now. That was pretty badass. Does that mean that I moved on right away and the next day I was happy and I met another girl and life went on? No, obviously you guys know the trauma and the PTSD that you suffer after that. Especially when I started working with my mentor and I learned what she was. Ooh, that was even more traumatizing. To know that I was dating Satan, that was pretty fucked up. But you know what? Her exes didn't pull off what I pulled off, and that's something that always makes me proud. Her exes got dumped, got discarded, got screwed over. Yes, I got screwed over too, but I did break up and I never took her back. And if any of you guys, and I know I've worked with some of you guys that have actually done that, that have been fed up and do it, congratulations, because that is an act of vengeance towards the narcissist. It really is. Again, remember, these are normal human beings. You can do to them the same thing that you would do to a normal, non-narcissist person, okay? This actually hurts them more. The fact that they lost control and they lost power over you, because those are the two things that the narcissist strives for, to have power and control over you. When you take those things away, they have lost. That's revenge. That's revenge on a narcissist. And For all I know, I don't know your story, but for all I know, maybe you actually did that. And you're just suffering now the aftermath and the consequences of having been involved with a toxic predator like this. But that's the first step that you can take. The second step is actually going no contact. And you know I talk about no contact all the time, but blocking them completely, not letting them come back in, all their little Hoover attempts or their little strategies that they plot to somehow come back into your life, get stopped dead in their tracks, that's another form of vengeance towards the narcissist. Because they're gonna think that, okay, yeah, they broke up with you, they broke up with me, whatever. They go back into their history, they realize how many times this happened. They remember that these are machines that follow a pattern, so they already think they know how it's gonna work out, and that's why they can execute their patterns so precisely and so efficiently every single time. So they're gonna think, okay, in about 2 or 3 months, this person is gonna be so miserable in hell, they're not gonna be able to date anybody, nobody's gonna compare, they're gonna be in a really dark place. They're gonna come crawling back, or if I text them now, that's all I need to do. And then their texts go into a black hole, it never reaches you. So they sit there not knowing. They don't even think that you have the courage to block them. They legit sit there not knowing why haven't they responded. They don't know that their text already went into a black hole and got vaporized. They have no idea. So they're sitting there actually expecting or hoping to get a reply soon, and then they get obsessed and it never comes in. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful form of vengeance. If you could be a fly in the wall and see that, you would be so happy. You'd have a smile from ear to ear. But it's best not to be a fly. I'd rather be a human. The third one is, and this doesn't apply to everybody, this is only for those that unfortunately have experienced domestic abuse, violence. If that's happened and you get a restraining order put on them, woo, that one's huge, because now the psychopath, now the narcissist has to be walking on eggshells around you. They know that they can't come near you, they can't text you, call you, they can't email you, they definitely can't speak with you or show up at your house. That is epic. That is epic, and a lot of victims of narcissistic abuse are afraid to do something like that. You know why? They're afraid for 2 reasons. They think that that's going to piss off the narcissist so much that they're going to go on a rage and do something even worse. And there's always a chance of that happening. But what usually happens is that they realize, oh shit, like, I can't mess with this person. This person outsmarted me. This person can see right through me. This person knows what's up. I have no power. Once again, I have no power or control over them. They're going to see that as a waste of time, especially if they already have another source of supply. Like in your case, they're going to continue having fresh meat. At that point, they're going to weigh out their options and say, okay, I have this person over here that doesn't know what I am yet, that's completely under my spell. I have this other side, this other one that I'm grooming already on the side. This person over here is completely done with me. They're not responding to any of my texts. I don't know if they're getting my texts. They dumped my ass, and now there's a restraining order on my ass. Maybe I should focus on my new victims, right? That's what's gonna go on. Obviously, they don't think of their new supply as victims or as sources of supply. Those are the terminologies that we use, but that's the way they see it. They'll be able to completely convince themselves that, oh, that person's too old, they're ugly, whatever, fuck them. They don't know what they're missing. They missed out. They're lost. I've got this new man. I've got this new girl, whatever it is, and they're just gonna focus on that. All right. So just know that these little things, they may not seem as extremely blood spilling as you put it, but they are. This is causing a narcissistic injury it's filling up a dam full of their blood. You just don't see it. You have to trust. You have to trust that this is happening inside of them. Remember, they're very good at putting on a facade, at putting on a front. They're gonna act like nothing's happening. In fact, they will double down at that moment and blow up their social media with how better their life is now. On the inside, they are so fucked, okay? on the inside, the things that you don't see, what's really going on inside, it's that they're destroyed. You have destroyed their plans, you have destroyed their confidence, you have destroyed everything they thought that they had already planned for you, for their peace of mind, right? You have obliterated it. And all you did really was you stood up for yourself, you broke up with them, you blocked them, you went no contact, you went to the police because they were abusing you. You did what pretty much any healthy individual would do. It's pretty much effortless. It's effortless. It's effortless to just break up with someone and be like, hey, this is not working out, and you block them. And yeah, I went to the police and you filed a report. And when I say effortless, is that you really don't have to sit there and write a pros and cons list. At that point, you already know that this is a dangerous person. This individual has ruined your mental health. They're ruining your lack of safety, your self-esteem, your self-worth. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. The thing is, if you think that getting vengeance on the narcissist has to be the same things that they did to you, that's not the way you want to go about this. That's gonna get you in jail, or it's actually gonna piss them off so much that you don't know you're gonna open up Pandora's box. You don't know what's gonna come for you. You think the psychopath is just gonna humble down and be like, touche, I guess you got me good. All right, I see you. Good job. I'll leave you alone now. An eye for an eye. I deserve that. Congratulations. I'm moving on. That's not what they do. That's not what they do. They'll be like, what? I'm coming at you now forever. All right, so you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Don't try to play their game, because you're not a psychopath. You don't know how to play that game. You won't be able to handle it. Your emotions will get the best of you. Your knees will buckle. Trust me, your knees will buckle at the time. You will not be able to handle it. You will not be able to sleep. And I always say you have to do things that help you sleep better at night. Don't start doing shit you're gonna have to sleep with one eye open. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. The fourth one that I want to talk about is one of my personal favorites. It's exposing them to the new supply. Exposing the narcissist to the new supply. But that one's tricky. Do not go and call or contact the new supply whatsoever. You only expose them if the new supply contacts you. If the new supply somehow gets your information, whether the narcissist is triangulating you guys and gives them your information because they love that shit, right? And the new supply humbly comes to you. And it's like, hey, what's going on here? This is, who are you? Or they keep talking about you. Or are you guys still dating? Are you the ex? Like, what's going on? That's when you actually tell them, oh, well, hello, sorry to say, but this has been going on. I'm actually the husband, or I'm the wife. We've been married. We have kids. Did you know that? No, I didn't know that. He's married. He told me this and this and that. He tells me you're crazy. Oh, well, am I crazy? Well, look, here are the facts. Okay? That's what you do, because you know why? They don't expect that you're gonna do that. And if you go seeking the new supply first, that's going to backfire, because remember, there's always a smear campaign already done onto you before that, so you're going to look like the crazy person. The psychopath will tell them, hey, if my ex ever comes, they're crazy, they're probably going to, one day they're going to contact you, yada, 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 and then you're going to walk right into the trap. The predator set a trap and you walked right into it. Don't do it. But if they come to you for answers, if they come to you as a humble human being, you say, look, I'm done with that situation. I don't want anything to do with this person. If you want to marry them, good for you, good riddance. But let me tell you what the truth is. Here's the truth. Here's what's going to happen, right? Here's what's going to happen if you stay in that relationship. But I don't give a fuck. It's not my burden to save you, to fix them, or to warn you in any further than this. Here's the information. Do what you will with it. Because you know what ends up happening regardless, at the end, the new supply turns on you. No matter what. At the end, the new supply turns on you because they're under a spell and they have that cognitive dissonance, okay? But you have to realize that in you exposing the truth, you have once again destroyed the plan that the psychopath narcissist had, because that new supply now will never fully trust the narcissist. Now they're going to start having those problems. Okay, now is when the narcissist mask is going to come off. The new supply is going to start seeing the demon. They're going to start seeing them for who they are. Now is when the narcissist will start throwing tantrums. They're going to start ghosting, disappearing, and that entanglement is going to fall apart. Even if they stay together, it's not going to be the same, because now that seed has been planted. So that's a really cool way to get vengeance on the narcissist. But remember, don't go seeking it. It's only if it comes to you. All right. And the fifth one, it's the one that everybody already knows, but I have to emphasize it, because out of all of them, when you really come out of this on the other side and you've healed from this trauma as most as you can, and you've reframed and rewired the triggers and moved on with your life, this is the ultimate vengeance. This is the ultimate vengeance, and it has nothing to do with you actually doing anything to them. Yes, it's living your best life. It's living your best life, becoming indifferent to whether the narcissist is happy or miserable. It's the fact that you don't care, and not that you say, oh, I don't give a fuck. It's not that. It's legit not caring. How do you know when you don't care? When they're not on your mind 80, 90, 100% of the time anymore. When you remember them and your stomach doesn't jump, when your heart doesn't skip a beat, when your breath doesn't slow down or get agitated, or you start going down a rabbit hole of memories and memories and triggers and triggers and triggers. You can remember the situation. You could be like, thank God that's over, right? And even further down the line, you can actually look at photographs, even though I don't recommend it, but I can do it already. I can look at photographs and I can just see things for what they are. Like if it's like I'm watching a movie or a story, I'm so completely detached from it. I've done so much work psychologically on the situation that I have actually learned how to dissociate myself from a lot of those memories, where I can see them, they have no power over me anymore. When you get to that place, it's like there's a shift in consciousness. You're in a higher frequency. You're not even going to want to go back and look at the pictures anyway. It's just, sometimes something pops up on Google or some shit like that. But living your best life. Living your best life. Doing the things you always wanted to do, but you were too scared to do. Now you can do them because you're fearless. You're fearless. You've become fearless after overcoming this situation. Living your best life, where if the narcissist ever looks back, and believe me, they do, you just won't know it, but they do. They have a way of keeping tabs of you somehow. And if you're not good at blocking them completely, they'll have fake accounts. They have flying monkeys that keep track on you. It's just great knowing that if they ever look back, what they're gonna see is just total epicness from your part. They're just gonna see you experiencing awesome adventures, doing amazing things, having amazing people in your life. Maybe you've met someone else and you're dating again. Maybe you found someone really cool that complements your life and you look happy. I'm not saying go blow up your social media with pictures of your new boyfriend or your new girlfriend, but just actually living your best life possible, where you can look back and say, damn, when I was with that person, I was just a shadow of myself. Like I wasn't living my best life. I was stuck. I was focusing more on saving the relationship. I was focusing more on what the narcissist was thinking. I was worried about losing them. And now I'm happy, joyous, and free, and you feel it. Like you'll have a glow that overtakes you. Your friends will notice. You'll meet amazing people. You'll do amazing things. You'll wake up motivated to start your day, and you'll go to bed actually tired, where you'll fall asleep right away. You won't be up for hours tossing and turning, looking at your phone again, looking at shit, overthinking, ruminating. That's not going to be part of your lifestyle anymore. When you actually get there, that's the ultimate vengeance. That's the ultimate vengeance, because the narcissist is never going to forget shit. They're always going to hold on to this stuff. They're always going to look back. And you know when it is that they look back for real? When their plans fall apart. And they're like, damn. And they look back and they're like, damn, this person actually was there. This person actually stuck around for a while. This person, despite what I did, despite the cheating, was still willing to give me another shot. They really believed in me. Damn, you know, maybe I need to work on myself. Maybe I'm really gonna do it this time. I'm gonna work on myself, and then I'm gonna come back, and they're gonna see that I mean it this time. And then it's too late. It's too late because you've moved on, and you're at another level. You're at another level where communication with that monster just it doesn't fit anymore. They just can't reach you. You're in another dimension. They can't touch you anymore. That's the ultimate vengeance towards a narcissist. Okay, and that's what I like to teach in my online coaching program. I can help all of you guys get into that proper mindset where you can let go of this fascination, this fixation, this affliction to get this carnal revenge on your narcissist ex that ultimately is just gonna either land you in jail, get you into some more trouble, create even more anxiety. It's gonna keep you in that low vibration state, which continues to attract toxic people and toxic situations into your life. And the goal is to get the fuck out of that dark place and move on to a higher frequency. So, you know, stop fucking around. Like, reach out. Send me an email, info@psychopathexposure.com. Click on my website. I have a link below in the description. You can get more details. We can schedule some private one-on-one coaching sessions online through Zoom. I can get you guys to start thinking the right way, how to put these things behind you, how to get out of the toxic entanglement if you're still in it. Life is short. Life is short, and I couldn't do this by myself. I needed help from a mentor that had actually gone through the same thing I went through. So I'm here to offer you guys that same level of understanding, but you have to make that commitment. You have to make that commitment to work. You have to really want a better life for yourself, not revenge. That can't be the means to an end. If you do that, you've just walked right into the predator's trap. That means you've become a mindless zombie. You're one of their minions. You're just like them. It's not going to end well for you. All right, so that's all I got for today. Please leave a like and a thumbs up on the video and subscribe. And when you subscribe, click on the little bell icon so that you can get notified when I make a new video. And also download the free ebook. I have a link below. I have an ebook on the 5 steps of going no contact with a psychopath narcissist so that you can learn how to put these people as far away as possible in the place where they belong in an effortless way. Okay, it's not that you're taking them, putting them there. You're creating boundaries, right? So that when they try to come in, they bounce. They bounce, right? They bounce into the places where you want to keep them at bay, right? So that's the way we do it. And you know what? We do it together. We're growing this community. I would love to hear in the comments. Tell me how you guys got revenge on the narcissist. Okay, tell me if you did some extreme stupid shit and you regret it now. Make sure you write that down in the comments so everyone can see that it's not worth it. And continue sharing your success stories, because that's really what makes me happy when I see that people are rising up and waking up from this toxic nightmare. All right, so that's all I got for today. My name is Kita. Thanks for watching. This is Psychopath Exposure. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.